Hello and welcome to Hamer Reviews. My name is Christopher Hamer and today we're comparing the new Jabra Evolve2 40 headset to the old Jabra Evolve 40 wired headset. I've actually had the original Jabra Evolve 40 headset for over a year and I've used it a lot, especially recently when we're all working from home and we're all conducting conference calls and video calls remotely. I think the sound quality is really good on it, and they sound good in terms of actually when you're wearing them listening to other people, but you also sound good in terms of the microphone being good quality. I like the fact that there's a lot of adjustability. You can bend the microphone into whichever position you want, and you can even have it on your left side like this, or by flipping the microphone boom to the other side of the headphones, you can actually have it on your right as well. There's other interesting features too. For instance, you have a busy light on the ear cup with the microphone boom, which you can turn on or off to show colleagues whether you're busy or not. And equally, you have a really nice control panel, which is connected via USB-A to a computer, which allows you to control calls, so whether that's muting yourself or indeed accepting a call or changing the volume. What's nice is you can actually take the aux cable out of that controller and plug it into something like an iPad or mobile phone, allowing you to conduct conference calls direct from that device should you not wish to use a laptop. Though you do lose the controls if you only use the aux cable. The materials that they've used are fairly good. It feels solid, though the ear cups can get a little fatiguing because they're quite hard and there's not a huge amount of cushioning. That being said, I have conducted very long conference calls and they haven't felt massively uncomfortable, so it clearly isn't too bad. Now, the new version looks very different. It looks decidedly more premium than the old version. They've used much higher quality materials, and you can really see that on the ear cups, which have a lot of memory foam and are much deeper, so that when you put them on your ear, they become completely sound isolating, and they reduce the volume of noise around you by a lot. You'd almost be thinking that you actually have a pair of noise cancelling headphones on. The fact that I haven't got these plugged in tells you that they are still really noise isolating even without power, so it's not active noise cancellation, it's just the way they've designed them. It actually reminds me of some original on-ear noise cancelling headphones that Bose had, so a very clever design there. The more premium materials also goes onto the headband. There's a really nice sort of gel style air cushioned headband so that when you have them on, they're a lot more comfortable on your head as well. There is some pressure on top, but because of that sort of air cushion, they do feel very nice. Now, in terms of buttons, these have a very different setup to the original Jabra Evolve 40s. So rather than having a control panel, you actually only have the USB-A cable, which actually has a mute indicator on it so that you know whether you're muted or not, which is very handy. And also, you have all the controls on the right-hand ear cup. So you actually have your accept call, your volume rocker, and also your mute switch. You can also mute these by simply flicking the microphone upwards just to show yourself that you're on mute as well, which is quite a nice touch. I have seen that on other headsets before as well, and I do think that is actually quite a clever way of doing things. Now, if I just start up a fake conference call on my laptop, hopefully you're going to be able to see the busy lights. So the busy lights here are actually automatic. You don't switch them on and off yourself. They come on when you're on a call and they're on both the front and the back. So it's nice and clear to your colleagues in the office with you that you're currently on a conference call. I believe you can also turn those off if you want, so it's quite useful as well. And they also have a Microsoft Teams button. Now this comes in two variants, a Microsoft Teams licensed version and a unified comms version. Now, from what I can tell, there isn't a huge amount of difference except for this Teams button, which automatically opens up Teams notifications when you click on it, which I guess is a nice touch. In terms of sound quality, these are a step up from the old ones. The microphone is clearer and picks up less pops and crackles, but more importantly, that sound quality from the headphones is so much better due to the noise isolation and potentially improved drivers. I think the Jabra have clearly improved every aspect of these headphones, and given the price they're charging, it's good they have. These cost over £100. Now that is a lot more expensive than the $65 I originally paid for the initial version of them. I think they can justify that price due to the improved materials, though if you need the microphone boom on your left, I certainly wouldn't compromise by buying these. They feel great, they sound great, but that increased price does mean you need to consider whether you really want them over the older version or some of the others on the market. Equally, it's worth noting that Jabra has actually refreshed the entire Evolve series to Evolve2, which means they have updated all of them, so it might be worth checking if you, for instance, like the wireless version, like the Evolve2 65s, instead of this wired version. I hope you found this comparison useful. I've got 2 sound tests as well, which I'm going to play next just to give you an idea of what the sound quality is like. Yet I think that they're really good, and I'd certainly recommend either of them, though if you can splash out for the new one, you're probably going to enjoy those more.
So this is the audio test for the original Jabra Evolve 40 wired headset. I think they sound very good. They probably have a few more pops and crackles over the new version. However, I think that they do set a very good standard, and they still sound very good today as they did when they were first launched. This is the sound comparison for the Jabra Evolve 2 40 headset, so the new version. As you can hear, I think the sound is quite clear. Overall, there's probably a little bit more bass in these than the original version, and hopefully it just gives you an idea of what the sound quality is like. On calls, I haven't had any comments that I sound any better than on the old version, but equally no complaints either, so very pleased with these.
If you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye.